Big week this week in crypto. It is Monday, October 27th, 1:23 p.m. It's going to be a brief update. We'll kind of cover what's happening this week, catalysts, events that are going on, as well as go into the drivers again, see where we're at. I put out a few shorts videos on Bitcoin, some key signals flashing, altcoins, key signals flashing. If you haven't already seen those, go to the Discord, link is in the bio. They're in there, but I will briefly touch upon them in this video as well too. So straight out of the gate, the first one was Bitcoin has flashed that 1 day buy now. As you can see here yesterday, we have that vertical blue line. I'm not going to go into the history of it, but as you can see, it's done pretty well the past months at calling the blood being over. So very good sign seeing that buy now come in. Also actually as well too, I did have this chart which had the lines as well. We finally broke up above this resistance and now we're back above this key trend line. So if we're going to fall, definitely I want to see us hold this trend line right here around 113,000. But there are some things I actually put into the Discord that I'll pull up right now. So I posted a few charts. So that was updated. We saw I posted it real time with that buy now. Avi has been killing it. But here, so total crypto market cap on the 3-month chart, prepare to sell soon signal. I'm going to cover the importance of that. I'll go back to the chart for it, but there's a couple other things. So this is Bitcoin futures chart. We do have a gap at around 111,000. So keep that in mind, 111,000, we have a gap. So if we go, and those are those videos I was just talking about earlier. So 111,000, let's mark that. Definitely likely, and what we'd want to see is that get filled sooner than later. Maybe with the Federal Reserve meeting that's happening Wednesday and the volatility behind that, maybe that's when we'll come down and tap it. But as you can see, that's a key level of support as well too, spanning back all the way to June of this year. You can see that's where we found our resistance back in the summer. Resistance finally broke above it in July, and then we came down to it multiple times to hold that support. So 111,000, definitely likely we're going to come down to retest that, and we want that to happen so we can fill that gap and not have that hanging over our heads. So, but ultimately, if we do come down and fill that 111,000, I don't want to stay down there for long. I want to see us get back above 113,000. And then the key level for us to clear back above is going to be around 117,000. Like I would say 118,000 will be the key. That's going to be the decider. And then of course 120,000, 121,000 getting above there. Likely we'll see a new all-time high. So that's that. Also as well too, if I grab a trend line support coming up from here as well, you can see that this trend line support is coinciding with that 111,000 as well too. Looking at the momentum on the 1-day chart, we're doing great, but we need to see more. We need to get above that zero line in the TSI to see this be a sustainable move and a trend shift to the upside. So that's Bitcoin. Looking at now what I covered with the total chart. So going to the 3-month chart, you can see here we have the prepare to sell soon flashing as we speak. So the importance of that is looking to the left. If we look at the last time this has ever flashed was back in 2021, the last bull market, and it happened in January 2021. And January, February, March of 2021 was really the big blow off top for altcoins. That's when they really came alive in 2021. So with this new quarterly candle, because you can see here it has 2 months and 5 days left, with this prepare to sell soon flashing as we speak, could we be on the brink of a nice big green candle to finish off this 3-month candle? It's definitely looking to the left. Could be the case here, seeing that that's the same thing that we saw last bull market and kind of around the same timing as well too. This will lead us out into, I think, January. So 3 months early, but coincides with that Q4 normal strength that we usually see. So as you can see, if we actually, I'm going to hide the snakes in the forecaster, and you take a horizontal line and you put that at the previous all-time high in 2017. The moment that we actually broke above the previous all-time high decisively was when we saw that prepare to sell soon. And then we have these horizontal lines up here as well too. This candle, we broke out decisively in the previous quarterly candle from July to September. You can see that we broke out decisively, the bodies above. So this could be finally the candle where we see price discovery over these next 2 months to 5 days. And likely we would see total crypto market cap. The next point would be around like 4.8 trillion, but I think we could see 7.5 trillion and potentially even around 10 trillion for the total crypto market cap to set in that blow off top. So very this signal flashing right now, this means that we're heating up on the 3-month chart, and usually the end is always the best. And so this could be the beginning of the end, but the end is what we all wait for. So that was interesting to see that signal flash. So looking at now Bitcoin dominance, if we go to the 3-day chart, we are still heading up here with the momentum, but we're getting close to that zero line. We want to see this not cross above. So we might have, this might go until the end of this month, first week of November, and this can start to roll over. And that could coincide with altcoins really catching steam here. Then we have, looking at altcoins on the others chart, you can see in the video I put out today, we have a buy now signal that flashed 2 days ago. And you can see that the 1-day buy now signals don't flash often, but when they do, it's usually a local bottom. You can see back here in May of 2023, June of 2023. Then you had like June, July 2024. You had August of 2024. You had September of 2024. Local bottoms. Does a good job at getting the range of the bottoms here. And then we went up November to December of 2025 at a sell, came right back down, unbelievable, to the top of the belly of the beast, even dipped into it. We saw another prepare to buy soon and buy now right there. And then we came up, he had a sell in May of 2025, came back down, same thing, prepare to buy soon, in the belly of the beast, buy now, came back up, sell now late July. And this whole time we've been kind of going sideways up, kind of just drifting up until we had that weakening event, prepare to buy soon, in the belly of the beast, and just had a buy now, and we're now popping above it. So if we were to follow kind of like before and kind of drag the pattern of when we did that, we're right at that kind of same moment of when things start to kind of kick back up. So if we were to do the same thing, so this would say like, all right, we could continue to pop or just go sideways a bit. And then once like the second week of November comes in, that's when altcoins will start to really rip up. So the countdown's on. I mean, we're a week, maybe max 2 weeks away from potentially seeing the next big move out of altcoins and potentially seeing a repeat of November 2024. So let's even grab that. So even that coincides with kind of what happened in November of last year as well too. We saw us go down and kind of go sideways until the second week in November, and beginning of the second week of November is when we lit up. So let's just say we do something like that, same thing. We could see 600 billion for altcoins by mid-December, and even grabbing a trend line coming up like this, it kind of matches as far as we're still making higher lows and higher highs, even since 2024, higher lows, higher highs. So this could be the next move up. And maybe this time around, we don't get stopped short, because that's only a little bit higher than back of November, December last year. Maybe we kind of consolidate here, break up above, retest, and then that will be the true altcoin season blow off top that takes us to the bottom of the hot zone for that blow off phase. That's what I'm watching as far as that goes, but very good sign seeing that 1-day buy now come in. Very solid as far as that goes. Looking at gold, let's see if we're seeing that rotation happen. Gold is actually at 4,000 right now, and potentially, and we saw a sell now on the 1-day chart. Let's look at the 2-day. We're getting a 2-day sell now as we speak. And the 3-day, likely if we can breach below 4,000 and maintain below by like Wednesday or Thursday, we'll see that 3-day sell now. And likely that tells us we're going to consolidate here for gold, and then money can flow out of gold into Bitcoin, cryptos, etc. So looking like a breather as far as gold goes and precious metals, which could then flow into crypto. Let's look at USDT dominance. So USDT dominance is now back below the belly, into the belly of the beast, exactly what we needed to see. And we need to just see a little bit lower. If we can get below 4.6%, ideally 4.5% will be the nail in the coffin as far as USDT dominance coming down, and that will be good for cryptos going up. You can see here on the 12-hour chart, we're going to dip in below that zero line on the TSI. Last time we seen that was the first week of October, when we saw exciting moves to the upside the first week of October. So far so good as far as the drivers go. So I think that's going to cover it for now. We covered Bitcoin, total, others, Bitcoin dominance, USDT dominance. I'm going to be dishing out individual altcoin videos like I have been the past years on max bull scenario and max bear scenario. We're going to cover both sides of it, of if the bull market's still intact, where could the altcoin go, max bull scenario. But if the bear market is in, where could we go, worst case scenario for that altcoin. So I'll be dishing those and kicking those out. So that's going to be it. Link is in the bio. Come join the Discord. I'll see you there and in the next video.